Welcome to Irish Illustrated at irishillustrated.com. I'm Kevin Sinclair, and it's another commitment for Notre Dame, another big-time receiver, Jaden Greathouse. Started as a freshman at one of the very best programs in the state of Texas, in Austin Westlake, has been consistently productive since, over 1,000 yards receiving each of his last two seasons, has won 3 state championships. To get some more insight on Greathouse, I connected with both his head coach at Austin Westlake and Tony Salazar and his slot receiver teammate, Hunter Luke, who's been a close friend and, again, teammate of Greathouse since he got to Westlake. Now, we're going to watch some of footage of Greathouse throughout his junior season, some highlights I've put together along with audio from his coach and teammate. Let's dive in.
There's no doubt. I'll explain it this way. I kind of put it in a short frame of mind here. Jaden has participated at this point in time through 3 years of high school, 3 varsity seasons with our football team. Okay, so he started as a freshman for our football team. So he was a freshman All-American, and obviously all the other superlatives that can come with it. Wins the state championship. The 3 years he's playing high school varsity football, he's won 3 state championships. The second he gets done with football, and here in Texas we play 16 games, so we're getting done 4 days before Christmas, usually. December 19th, December 20th, somewhere in there. Okay, so Jaden is finishing up with football and winning the state championship on a Saturday and then going back to practice basketball Monday morning and with his teammates that have already been playing. So he's done that for the last 3 years. Okay, now, what he's also done then, he's also been on the varsity basketball team as a freshman for the last 3 years. Our varsity basketball team, his freshman year, let me try to think here. They made it to the state tournament, so that's the Final Four in Texas. Okay? His sophomore year, they lose in the state championship game. And then this year, they make it back again to the state tournament and lose in the Final Four. So he's won 3 state championships in football in 3 seasons, and he's been to the state tournament for 3 years and 3 varsity seasons of basketball. He was probably our leading scorer on our basketball team this year. He was an all-state selection from whatever our little basketball association is, the Texas Association of Basketball Coaches. He's just he's through and through a complete, student athlete. I mean, competes his tail off. He practices. I think the thing that sets Jaden apart from everybody else, he practices so hard. I mean, what you're seeing on the field is that's the way he practices. He's not one of those guys that's a prima donna. I mean, he's going to run the route full speed every dang time. We're going to tell him to block somebody, he's going to block him as fast and hard as he can. That's the type of kid he is. Great teammate. He's an encourager, not a discourager. You always see him kind of having a positive attitude and picking his teammates up and encouraging them. So he's just for us as a high school, we got no better example to point to for the rest of our kids than Jaden Greathouse and be like, look at that kid. We want our kids to play as many sports as they can in high school, and Jaden's a prime example of how playing multiple sports, can work and can benefit your school and our student athletes all the same. So he's just he's a poster child for it.
We talk a lot about his state championship performance. Against Denton Geyer, he in the second half especially really tore it up there. 3 touchdowns, well over 200 yards receiving. Can you talk a bit about that performance that day?
That was really no surprise to any of us. We've seen him do that all year. That just goes back to all the little things we do at practice, all the work no one sees. But that was really no surprise that he would shine like that in a big game. That's just who he is.
So there you have it. Just a fantastic recruiting win here for Notre Dame. I think really early in the process, after Greathouse had been offered, if you remember back to that time, he was among the favorites from Notre Dame fans immediately. Really hoping the Irish might have a shot at Greathouse, and now they've landed him again. This is a guy who can likely play early, given how well-rounded he is, how physically strong he is, his blocking ability, which is so key and which is a reason why a lot of young receivers don't get on the field. He has that ready. A great route runner, great teammate, competitive. Really nice recruiting win here for Notre Dame in his 2023 class. But that's it for me. Thanks for tuning in to Irish Illustrated. I'm Kevin Sinclair.